The moment you decide to stop caring about what other people think of you is the start of your real life. When you stop living for others' approval and start living for your own, you find real freedom, a kind of liberation that comes from within, unlike anything found in books or movies. It is a profound and empowering moment when you realize that the only person you need validation from is yourself. And that moment, my friends, is the beginning of an entirely new way of being. Most of us spend our lives, often without realizing it, bending to the opinions of others. We constantly shift and adapt to fit into someone else's definition of what we should be. From the time we are children, we are taught to care about what others think. Teachers, classmates, parents, and community members all weigh in. They tell us what is expected of us, how we should behave, what paths we should follow. And it doesn't end there. As we grow older, the chorus of voices only gets louder. The opinions keep coming, sometimes from people we know well, and other times from strangers who think they know us based on a single encounter or piece of info. We hear it from friends, we hear it from family, we hear it from colleagues, we hear it from society. We are bombarded with opinions, and those opinions can bury us. They can pull us away from what we want to be. They can drag us away from what we know deep down inside is right for us. The subtle and not so subtle pressures to conform can feel overwhelming. The weight of other people's expectations can be heavy, and it can cloud your vision and dull your spirit. But you have the power to change that. You have the power to break free from the expectations of others and live life on your own terms. Now, let me tell you something important. The moment you decide, truly decide, that you are no longer going to live for others, you will feel it. It will feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. Suddenly, you are no longer defined by what others think. You are no longer held back by their fears and limitations. You are now free to make your own decisions based on your own dreams, your own values, your own purpose. It is a powerful feeling, my friends. And it all starts with the decision to stop caring what others think. When you make that choice, you will find a clarity that you never knew was possible. It's like stepping into a bright room after being in the dark for too long. Your energy changes. The way you view the world changes. You begin to see possibilities where before there were only obstacles. You start to feel lighter, more alive, as if a whole new realm of opportunities has opened up to you. That's what happens when you start living for yourself. You begin to create a world that fits who you are, not a world that fits someone else's expectations. I want you to understand, breaking free from others' expectations is not a one-time decision. It's a daily choice. Every morning when you wake up, you have to remind yourself that your life is yours and yours alone. You have to remind yourself that you don't need to live up to anyone else's standards except your own. It's a conscious decision to choose authenticity, to choose self-love, to choose the courage to walk your own path. It won't always be easy, but each time you make that choice, you grow stronger. Each time you make that choice, you take back your power. And yes, there will be times when people don't understand. There will be times when others question your decisions. They may say you've changed, and you know what? They'll be right. You have changed. You've chosen to evolve, to step into the person you were always meant to be. Change is a sign of growth, and those who truly love, you will see that. They may not always understand your choices, but they will respect them. They will support you because they know that your happiness is what matters most. Let me tell you something else. As you begin to make decisions for yourself, you will start to discover things about who you are that you never realized before. You'll begin to see what really excites you, what really fulfills you, and what truly aligns with your spirit. When you no longer have the noise of others' opinions drowning out your own voice, you start to hear what your soul is saying. You start to feel a deeper connection with yourself, and that connection will guide you in everything you do. Living for yourself doesn't mean ignoring others. It means honoring yourself first. It means understanding that you can still love others, still care for them, but you no longer let their expectations dictate your life. It means knowing that your worth isn't tied to what others think of you, but to what you think of yourself. And as you learn to value yourself, as you learn to honor your own needs, something incredible happens. You begin to attract people who truly appreciate you for who you are. You attract people who uplift you, who cheer for you, who celebrate your individuality. And the ones who don't, they naturally start to fall away. And that's okay. Not everyone is meant to be part of your journey forever. Now, you may wonder, what if I fail? What if the choices I make don't work out? My answer to you is this: failure is not the end. Failure is part of the journey. It is a stepping stone that moves you closer to your true self. When you live for others, you're often too scared to fail because you're worried about what they will think. But when you live for yourself, failure becomes an opportunity for growth. It becomes a lesson, a chance to learn more about yourself, to refine your path, to grow stronger. Failure loses its power over you because you are no longer trying to impress anyone. You are simply trying to become the best version of yourself. There's immense power in taking risks, in daring to be different, in being willing to stumble and fall as you carve out your own path. Each time you fall, you learn how to get back up. Each time you stumble, you build resilience. And before long, you realize that the fear of failing isn't nearly as paralyzing as the fear of never having tried at all. You start to embrace uncertainty because you know that it is in those uncertain moments that true growth happens. You become comfortable with the unknown because you trust yourself. You trust that no matter what happens, you have the strength to handle it. And let me remind you, living authentically means being true to your dreams, no matter how big or small they may be. It means honoring those passions that light you up inside. Maybe it's starting that business you've always dreamed of, even if others think it's impractical. Maybe it's taking that trip around the world, even if people tell you it's irresponsible. Maybe it's choosing to be an artist, a writer, a musician, even if others say you won't succeed. Whatever it is, those dreams are yours for a reason. They are part of who you are. And living authentically means giving yourself permission to pursue them regardless of the doubts or judgments of others. Imagine the kind of world we would live in if everyone had the courage to follow their own dreams, to honor their own values, to live according to their own purpose. Imagine if we all stopped worrying about fitting in, about being accepted, and instead focused on being true to who we are. The world would be a much more vibrant, diverse, and beautiful place. Each of us has something unique to contribute, and the only way to truly share that gift with the world is to stop hiding it behind a mask of conformity. So I ask you, are you ready to live for yourself? Are you ready to take that leap of faith, to embrace the unknown, to trust that your path is the right one for you? Are you ready to let go of the need for approval and step into the fullness of who you are? Because when you do, you will find a strength within you that is unshakable. You will find a joy that comes from living life on your own terms, a peace that comes from knowing you are being true to yourself. And here's something else that's important. When you start living authentically, you give others permission to do the same. You become a light in the darkness for those who are still struggling to find their way. By stepping into your power, you inspire others to do the same. You show them that it's possible to break free from the chains of societal expectations and live a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. Your courage becomes a catalyst for change, not just in your life, but in the lives of those around you. So today, make the choice. Choose to live for you. Choose to honor your dreams, your values, your purpose. Choose to be brave enough to stand out, to speak your truth, to live authentically. You are the author of your own story. You are the one who decides what kind of life you want to live. And I promise you, when you start living for yourself, you will discover a freedom that is unlike anything you've ever experienced. You will discover that in the end, the only opinion that truly matters is your own. You will discover that you are more powerful, more capable, more incredible than you ever imagined. The moment you stop caring about what others think, you take back your power, you take back your life, and from that moment on, you are free to be yourself, free to pursue your dreams, free to live the life you were always meant to live. And that, my friends, is the greatest gift you could ever give to yourself and to the world. Now, I'm not saying to be rude or to be selfish or to disregard those around you. No, not at all. What I am saying is that your life is yours. No one else gets to live it for you. No one else gets to make those decisions for you. People are going to talk. People are going to have opinions. They are going to say what they say. That's human nature. People often speak from their own fears, their own insecurities, their own lack of understanding. But you are the one in control. You are the one who decides whether or not to listen. People can be like anchors. They may mean well, but they can hold you back from what you could be. They're afraid for you, worried about failure. They're afraid of change, and that fear extends to you as well. But let me ask you, who do you want steering your ship? The one afraid of the waves, or the one ready to set sail? Most people are content to stay in the harbor where it feels safe, but not you. You're ready to face the waves and live life by your own rules. You're ready to leave the harbor behind and sail into the open sea, where true adventure, growth, and fulfillment await. Fear is a natural part of life. It's something we all have to deal with. But the truth is, fear is only as powerful as you allow it to be. If you give in to it, if you let it control you, then it will keep you stuck. It will keep you small. It will keep you from reaching your true potential. But if you face it, if you acknowledge it and then push past it, you will find that it begins to lose its power. You will find that the waves you were so afraid of are not nearly as daunting as they seemed. You'll discover that by confronting your fears, you become stronger, braver, and more. Fear is like a shadow. It looms large when you turn away from it, but when you face it directly, it begins to shrink. And the more you push forward, the smaller that shadow becomes. It's in those moments of courage, when you choose to keep moving despite the fear, that you begin to unlock your true potential. You start to see what you are really capable of, and you realize that most of the limits you once believed in were illusions, barriers that existed only in your mind. Now here's the beauty of deciding to stop caring what others think. When you start living for yourself, when you start making your own decisions, you become an example for others. When people see you step into your power, when they see you living your truth, they begin to believe that they can do it too. You give them permission. You show them that it's possible. You inspire them simply by being yourself. Take, for example, someone like Steve Jobs, who was often criticized for his unconventional approach, but stayed true to his vision. By embracing his unique ideas, he transformed industries and inspired countless others to follow their own path, regardless of what others thought. When you step into your power, when you live authentically, you are giving the world a gift. You are giving the world the gift of your true self. And that's what the world needs. The world doesn't need another person trying to fit in, trying to be like everyone else. The world needs individuals. It needs people who are willing to be different, who are willing to be true to themselves, who are willing to shine their light. The people who make the biggest difference in the world are not the ones who conform. They are the ones who dare to be different, who dare to speak their truth and follow their passion, even in the face of criticism. But the first step, my friends, is to let go of that fear of judgment. Because let's face it, people are going to judge you anyway. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, there will always be someone who thinks you're doing it wrong. There will always be someone who thinks they know better. That's just the way it is. So why waste your energy worrying about it? Why waste your time trying to please everyone when the only person you really need to please is yourself? The funny thing is, the moment you stop worrying about what others think, you will find that their opinions have far less impact on you. The things that used to keep you up at night, the criticisms, the judgments, the negative comments, they will start to lose they will become background noise, barely noticeable, easily ignored, and in their place, you will find your own voice, your own inner wisdom, your own guidance. And that, my friends, is far more valuable than any outside opinion. Your inner voice, your intuition, becomes your compass, guiding you to where you need to go. I'm here to tell you that you have greatness within you. every single one of you. But you cannot access that greatness if you're constantly worried about what others think. You cannot access it if you're always trying to live up to someone else's standards. Your greatness lies in being uniquely you. It lies in following your own path, in trusting your own instincts, in being true to who you are. It lies in embracing everything that makes you different and using it to make your mark on the world. You see, there's an amazing thing that happens when you decide to stop caring about the opinions of others. You become clearer. Your vision becomes sharper. You start to see the opportunities that have been in front of you all along, but that you were too distracted to notice. You begin to recognize your own strengths, your own capabilities, your own potential. You become aware of just how much you're capable of, and it's more than you ever imagined. The fog begins to lift, and what remains is a clear path forward, one that is uniquely yours. You've got to understand that most people are not living up to their potential. Most people are living far below what they could be, simply because they're too worried about what other people think. They're too scared to stand out, too afraid to be different, too concerned with fitting in. But fitting in. Let me tell you, fitting in is not the path to greatness. Fitting in is the path to mediocrity. If you want to be great, if you want to live an extraordinary life, you've got to be willing to stand out. You've got to be willing to be different. You have to be willing to take risks, to be uncomfortable, to challenge the status quo. And here's something else. When you decide to stop caring what others think, you begin to live more authentically. You begin to connect with people in a deeper, more meaningful way. Why? Because you're no longer trying to put on a show. You're no longer trying to be something you're not. You're just being you. And when you are just being you, the people who are meant to be in your life will be drawn to you. The right people, the people who support you, the people who lift you up, the people who love you for who you are, will find their way into your life. And the people who don't belong, the people who bring you down, they will fall away. That's the beauty of authenticity. It attracts what is meant for you and repels what is not. You will find that you have more energy, more joy, more passion for life. Why? Because you are no longer wasting your energy trying to fit in, trying to meet someone else's expectations, trying to be something you're not. You are free to be you, and that is a powerful thing. When you are truly yourself, you tap into an energy source that is limitless. You tap into the power of your true self, and that power is immense. When you are in alignment with who you are, you find that you have a boundless source of enthusiasm, creativity, and resilience. Now, I know it's not easy. I know it can be scary to stop caring what others think. I know it can feel uncomfortable, even terrifying, to let go of that need for approval. After all, we've been conditioned for so long to seek validation from others. It can feel like stepping off a cliff and hoping you'll grow wings before you hit the ground. But I promise you, the rewards are worth it. I promise you, when you let go of that fear, when you start living for yourself, you will feel more alive than you ever have before. You will feel more fulfilled, more peace, more in alignment with who you truly are. And here's the thing, the people who truly love you, the people who truly care about you, they want you to be happy. They want you to be fulfilled. They want you to live your best life. And they will support you even if they don't always understand, even if they don't always agree, because they love you. And love is about letting people be who they are. Love is about allowing people to follow their own path, to make their own choices, to live their own life. And when you love yourself enough to do that, when you love yourself enough to follow your own path, you give others permission to do the same. You create a ripple effect of courage, freedom, and authenticity. So today, I want you to make a decision. I want you to decide that you are no longer going to live for others. I want you to decide that you are no longer going to let the opinions of others dictate your choices, your actions, your life. I want you to decide that from this moment forward, you are going to live for you. You are going to make choices that are right for you, that are in alignment with your values, your dreams, your purpose. And let me tell you, when you do that, you are going to see changes. You are going to see shifts. Things will start to fall into place. Doors will open, opportunities will present themselves. People will come into your life. People will leave your life. And through it all, you will feel a sense of peace, a sense of fulfillment, a sense of joy that comes from knowing that you are living your life on your own terms. You will realize that life isn't about perfection. It's about taking steps every day toward being who you really are. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine that you are at the end of your life. Imagine that you are looking back at everything you have done, everything you have accomplished, everything you have experienced. What do you want to see? Do you want to see a life that was lived for others? A life that was lived according to someone else's rules, someone else's expectations? Or do you want to see a life that was lived for you, a life that was lived with purpose, with passion, with authenticity? I think I know the answer. I think you want to see a life that was lived fully, a life that was lived boldly, a life that was lived without regrets, and that kind of life, that extraordinary, fulfilling, meaningful life begins with the decision to stop caring what others think. It begins with the decision to live for yourself. And let me tell you this, that life, that bold, authentic, purpose-driven life, it's not just about the big moments. It's not just about the grand achievements, the accolades, the recognition. It's also about the small moments, the moments of joy, the moments of connection, the moments of peace that come from knowing that you are being true to yourself. It's about the way you feel when you wake up in the morning, the way you feel when you lay your head down at night. It's about the sense of pride that comes from knowing that you are living your truth, that you are not compromising, that you are not settling. It's about being able to look yourself in the mirror and feel good about the choices you've made because, you know, they were your choices, not someone else's. So, my friends, I encourage you today to take a step toward that freedom, that liberation, that authenticity. Take a step toward being fully, unapologetically you. Let go of the fear. Let go of the need for approval. Let go of opinions of others. They don't matter. They never have. What matters is you. What matters is your heart, your soul, your dreams, your purpose. What matters is that you live your life in a way that is true to who you are. And remember this, you are enough, just as you are. You don't need to be anything else. You don't need to do anything else to be worthy, to be loved, to be enough. You are enough simply because you are. And the people who truly love you, the people who truly matter, they will see that. They will appreciate that. They will love you for you, not for who you pretend to be, not for who they want you to be, but for who you truly are. You see, the people who are meant for you, the people who are meant to be part of your journey, will love you for who you are. They will celebrate your uniqueness. They will support your dreams even if they don't fully understand them. They will stand by you, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. And those are the people who matter. Those are the people worth having in your life. So stop caring what others think. Start caring about what you think. Start living for you. Start making decisions that are right for you. Start following your heart, your intuition, your dreams. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose. You have gifts, talents, abilities that the world needs. But you cannot share them if you are constantly worried about what others think. You cannot live your purpose if you are constantly trying to fit in, to blend in, to be like everyone else. Be bold, be brave, be different, stand out, shine. The world needs you. The world needs your light, your passion, your authenticity. The world needs you to be you. Not the version of you that others want you to be, but the real you. The one who is not afraid to speak their truth, to follow their dreams, to live their life on their own terms. And when you do that, when you step into your power, when you embrace who you truly are, you will inspire others to do the same. You will be a beacon of light, a source of hope, a reminder that it is possible to live a life of meaning, a life of purpose, a life of joy. You will show others that they too can break free from the opinions of others, that they too can live their truth, that they too can be happy, fulfilled, and free. You see, your courage, your willingness to be true to yourself will have a ripple effect. It will touch the lives of those around you in ways you may never fully understand. When you are brave enough to be yourself, you give others permission to do the same. You show them that it is possible. You show them that it is worth it. And that is how change happens. That is how the world changes. One person at a time, one decision at a time, one act of courage at a time. So stop caring what others think. Start caring about what you think. Start living for you. The time is now. The moment is now. Your life is waiting for you. Your greatness is waiting for you. Don't waste another moment. Don't waste another day. Take that step. Make that decision. And watch as your life transforms, as your dreams come to life, as you become everything you were meant to be. You've got this. I believe in you. The world is waiting for you. Now go out there and live your life, your way. And as you move forward, remember this. Every day is a new opportunity to be true to yourself. Every day is a chance to make a choice that is right for you. It won't always be easy. There will be challenges. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, moments when you feel the pull to go back to the old ways, to seek approval to fit in. But in those moments, I want you to remember why you started. I want you to remember that you are worth it. Your dreams are worth it. Your life is worth it. Keep going. Keep growing. Keep shining your light. The world needs you, just as you are. And when you live your life in a way that is true to who you are, when you live with courage, with authenticity, with passion, you will find a sense of fulfillment, a sense of purpose, a sense of joy that is beyond anything you could have imagined. You will look back on your life with pride, knowing that you lived fully, that you lived boldly, that you lived without regrets. So take that step today. Take that step toward being fully, unapologetically you. Let go of the fear. Let go of the need for approval. Let go of the opinions of others. They don't matter. What matters is you. What matters is your heart, your soul, your dreams, your purpose. What matters is that you live your life in a way that is true to who you are. You are up. You always have been. You always will be. Now go out there and live your life.